I don't know a lot about Hatsune Miku, or however you say her name, but, and I only really started coming across her in shorts and stuff, and her music has been stuck in my head ever since. Um, my friend, actually, my best friend, described, like, way back when I met her, it's not really way back, but she described her what a Vocaloid is and how they made her audio and stuff, and I found it to be intriguing, but kind of like, nah. Okay, who is this character? I don't really care about it. I'm very into Celtic and Nordic music, which is what we'll be playing in this video, I think. And I've never come across a Vocaloid thing, I don't think. So it never, I didn't really have a reason to like be interested in it, but then recently a bunch of shorts started coming across in my feed and being like, hey, what's up? You like this blue-haired lady? Her name's Miku. And I'm like, dang, sounds pog. And then her song got stuck in my head, and I couldn't do anything about it. And after I saw a bit of her and stuff, and kind of, of course, the song stuck in my head. I saw all the cool drawings. I saw how inspired people were to draw her all of a sudden, and of course, the views looked really nice. I was like, okay, how about this? I've never really had an interest in just drawing the character, why would I just draw the character without transforming it a bit? Yes, it would be in my style, but like, why not draw her as something else too? Give her new lore. See what the heck Instagram. See what the heck she could be in like an alternate universe. And right now, I am very much locked in a game of D&D. We use D&D Beyond. So I was like, you know what? Perfect. D&D is basically like pre-made fantasy. All you have to do is kind of mix your own spices into it. So I was like, alright, Hatsune Miku in D&D, because D&D is kind of it's based on a fantasy medieval world. That's kind of my jam. Why don't I do that? According to Hatsune Miku, right, she's a Vocaloid, right? She's a singer, Vocaloid singer. So, only reasonable thing would be a bard. I don't know what class, or like what species she'd be. Probably human. I made her human, I think. And I made her a human bard. And she's not going to be like the flirtatious bard, probably. She's probably like absolutely not attracted to anyone. But I like to think her music is kind of, it relaxes people. It gives them a sense of safety. It makes them want to do as you tell them. Like, if her band needs a horse, if her party needs shelter, then she can kind of be like, yeah, we can't pay you, but like, here, let me just, do a little thingy on the fiddle here, and there you go. And she'll probably keep up the party spirit. I also envisioned her as being very childlike and almost like very innocent and very unused to the world. Kind of like she's been raised in shelter and yet nobody knows where she comes from. She seems like a street urchin, but she doesn't really know a lot about the world. Where has she been raised? A cave? Which makes sense as a Vocaloid person. You're in the internet, you're from the internet, you're not going to know a lot about the outside world. You're just going to know what's been given to you or what you can research on your own, and with the internet you have a lot of access, but as a kid in a medieval setting, you won't have a lot of access. I was very confused with her fiddle because I looked up a picture of a fiddle and I was like, what do I do? How do I do this? Is this a violin, a viola, or fiddle? What's the difference? I also know that I did not place her fingers correctly on the bow or the strings, so come after me all you want. I know it's wrong. I'm not a musician. I don't care. I drew it. It's drawn. I might draw it again later. So, I did my best, okay? I made the violin, or whatever it is, very skinny. I think I chose a violin because it made the most sense. It was portable, it was small, and I couldn't exactly envision her playing a stringed instrument. I could envision her kind of dancing around and playing the violin like Lindsey Sterling. I think she's the one who does that. And, it can be done, little dancey thing with the fiddle. it just seems very lively, very action with her arms and stuff, and she can dance along to it. What else? Her boots, I know she has like thigh-high socks and little shoes and stuff, but I decided, you know what, boots. Boots are good. High boots, you know, good for an adventure. And I added patches to her dress and such because, you know, she's not going to be very rich. Maybe she could be rich and famous one day, but she's been on the road a lot, you know? She's kind of patching her own clothes. And because of the patches, I needed to make X's kind of throughout her design, so I did that. Oh, and I was so stuck on the stinking marking on her arm, the 01. It reminded me, honestly, of branding, of brands, or of prison tattoos. Not really like prison tattoos, but like a tattoo of ownership or something. Something like that. So maybe her past is very clouded and skewed. Nobody knows much about it, but she does have this strange brand that she doesn't hide for some reason. She just has this brand, and nobody really knows about it, but they're too afraid to ask because they're like, why is a brand on a child? Who did that? We kind of don't want to know, but maybe we do, and, you know. So I decided to make it a brand, but I was very stuck, and I didn't actually draw on it for a long time because of that. I was just like, let's leave that for later. Let's leave that for later. Same with her dang scarf. I could not figure out how to make the scarf work. I knew I wanted her tie to be represented by a scarf, because I'm like, you know what? That's cute. I'm including elements of her outfit, but I'm also making it kind of medieval adventure-y, but the scarf was just screwing me up. And of course, I drew the shirt wrong. This kind of seems like a rant, so apologies for that, but I drew her shirt wrong, I drew everything wrong, I was like, but I was so distracted during the stream, so I don't care. Whatever. I can always redraw it, and I think I did alright. I think I did okay. I like her design. I probably should have presented it better, but her design overall is very cute. Very whimsical, very fairy fantasy. Sleeves too, the sleeves did a lot for that. I figured she had big poofy sleeves just like she does in her picture. It's just a very fantasy thing to have, you know? And probably protects her arms a little bit, keeps her from the cold and whatnot. She probably made this fiddle/violin instrument herself, honestly. She seems like the type to do that, to tune it to her own specials, you know, and it makes a very unique music, probably. I don't know if she'd have any magical abilities or anything. Maybe like casting charming, or kind of like in the Mistborn series, where she can manipulate emotions somehow with some sort of magic. I don't know. She just seems like a simple girl. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be doing all sorts of, so excited. I'm gonna be doing as many YouTubers as I can as like characters in D&D. I'm gonna draw them. I don't know if the series will blow up or not. If it doesn't, that'll suck, but it just seems like such a great idea. And maybe I could make Miku a part of a party or something. But, like, I don't even know. There are so many YouTubers, so many good YouTubers that I don't even know about, so I'll probably just, I'll have to be like, oh, if they're like 2 million subscribers or over, I'll draw them, which seems kind of selfish. Or maybe I'll just do as many as I can, who knows? Do some requests or something, do some votes. I know for sure I'm gonna be doing, nah, I know I gotta keep it to myself. Otherwise it could get out there. Can't do spoilers, no sir. I wonder. She has a brand on her arm, long hair, a fiddle, probably she made herself. She's young, innocent, very cutesy, and bright blue hair. Something's off about her. I wonder what sort of adventures she's gone on. Maybe if she has even met her party yet. Maybe she plays them into a stupor and tries to steal their money, and they're like, hey, nuh-uh, and then they adopt her because she's just hungry and skinny and pathetic. I know I said I envisioned her as like the young girl of the party, but she does have already a fully developed body. So I'm wondering, maybe she's just very, very small. She's like, she's human, yes. She's not a little girl, no. But she is just so tiny, likely from malnutrition, that, or malnourishment, that she just immediately gives this please take care of me vibe, which could come across as, you know, suspicious. So a lot of people probably kick her out or something, and that's why she relies on her fiddle playing so much. And like that cutesy appearance can be both a curse and a blessing. Like pretty privileged, but also they might think, something's up. You're probably being sent to rob me or distract me while your buddies rob me and stuff like that. I like to think as she goes on adventures and gains confidence and stuff. This is, by the way, very much a ramble. It is not scripted at all. I'm literally watching the edit on screen and rambling. As she goes on adventures, maybe because she is the baby of the party and she kind of keeps them all together, I wonder what would happen if she like got hurt or kidnapped, or if she was used as emotional blackmail to her party. Like, how would they react? How would she react? Would she like that? Would she kick butt? Would the PTSD be rearing back? Maybe she'd charm them out of their socks and go waltz back like, oh hi, I was missing a few days, I'm back now though. Oh yeah, and I gave her painted nails, I don't know why. Maybe, I feel like she's a crafty type. Maybe she made her own little nail polish, just kind of off in the woods, sitting and mixing little pigments and stuff. Making her own nail polish and getting all decked up. About to go into the towns and the taverns. Get a bite to eat. Play for them, play for her dinner. Maybe beg for a night's rest in a room. All before she comes across the party, of course, because the party might take care of her a little more. They might actually, you know, make sure she has food on the table, make sure she eats 3 times a day. I need that. Protect her, take care of her, bring her on the adventures. They probably don't want to because they're like, dude, we literally try to, you know, get ourselves into tussles all the time. Why would we want to bring a little musician along? But then they're like, why? Someone in the party's like, why not? She's just a baby. Something like that. I was really proud of, see, her skirt, I know it kind of looks flat and stuff, but I was really proud of it. I think it did well in her design. I made it a little longer than it is because in the picture, because, you know, medieval times, I don't think they're gonna dress in that short of a skirt. Also, it's just not practical. It's not warm. It's not protective. Maybe she like couldn't afford a lot of material, you know, and she made it herself, but or maybe she dresses like that just to kind of attract attention. She's a dancer. She needs free legs, you know? So I don't know. I lengthened it anyway because I think it looks cuter that way. Oh yeah, and I plotted out, she has kind of a lot of colors, but I know I wasn't going to use all of them, and it was hard to get it off this model that I had of her, but I kind of scribbled the colors on wherever I could, and before coloring it in, that way I could just pick the color and know exactly where it was supposed to be. I wanted to keep the blue as just touches and trims and stuff, and I think I wanted to make the rest of the blue duller than her hair, because back then they did not, or like in medieval times, they couldn't really dye very bright colors, I think, and her clothes are gonna get faded on the road. She hasn't been able to like repair them or get new cloth or something. She's gonna have very faded clothes and things like that. I probably should have put a little smudge dirt on her cheek or something to show that she's like a little ragamuffin, little vagabond, little street urchin. But she clean. Maybe she just washed off. She given a performance. I drew her in a scene this time, actually, and speaking of her, like, coming upon the party and trying to steal their stuff, I wonder if she comes upon their camp in the woods or sees them leave town and knows, like, oh, they look rich. They're carrying rare items. I should go follow them into the woods and rob them. So she does that, and I probably shouldn't have drawn her into a scene, but I did, and maybe this scene of her in the woods is her, like, them waking up to her stealing money, and she tries to charm them, you know, be like, ah, hey, you want a song? Things like that. I feel like it'd be funny. I also really struggled with the hair. I'm still trying to figure out how to render and draw hair, and I kind of just made it 2 snakes on either side of her head, which, whatever, you know? Maybe it's just like that. I can call it a stylistic choice, for sure, for sure. But, you know, next time. I just wanted to get the shapes of the ponytail done. This is the first time I was ever drawing Hatsune Miku, and I don't know. I wasn't trying very hard. I didn't know what to do. If I had, like, drawn her a couple times beforehand, maybe it would have turned out better. But, meh. Here's the nail polish. Things like that. I knew I wanted to give her a darker color palette, but she's just very bright as it is. So again, I just made some things a little more faded than the rest. It's kind of cool. Please, 2-set violin, don't come after me for how I rendered this violin and stuff. Oh yeah, you know, I should probably say this somewhere where people are actually watching, but if you do have a YouTuber that you would like to be part of the series I'm gonna do, let me know in the comments, please. I would love to hear it. I don't know every YouTuber. I have my favorites on the list already. And actually, my least favorite, I think, I'm gonna draw her first. And that's in a video coming out pretty soon. I think pretty soon. I'm gonna try and make it pretty soon. But I'll draw her, and then I think the next one, I'm thinking about it. I know I've been, like, dreaming of specifically drawing him for a long time, and I hope he likes it. Gosh, if he could react to that video, that would be so cool. Or even see it. Like, don't even react to it, man. I just want you to see it. I want you to see my designs. I want you to hear the stupid, goofy lore I come up with. That would be just so cool. I have some really cool lore. Gosh, I'm gonna be rambling all over. Let me know if you like this ramble too, if whoever's watching it. This video's stinking long, I couldn't cut it down anymore. But if you like the rambling, let me know. Or if you think I should script it more, let me know. If you think that would sound better. I didn't have time to script it. I was just like, you know what, I gotta get this out because I'm rapidly beginning to dislike this drawing. So, yeah. I'm so excited for his lore, though. I have a whole story made up in my mind, and I need to stop because, I have too many stories up there. Miku already has, like, stories going on. I'm like, envisioning her getting in trouble on the road, facing a dragon, like, getting friggin' adopted. I haven't really thought much about her story, but the other, like, stinking YouTuber. Thought a lot about his story. Oh, and I also thought a lot about the girl that I'm drawing, the YouTuber girl. You probably will guess it. If you guess it in the comments, I ain't telling you. I ain't saying a word. Lips are shut. Stitched. Also, this was like 4 hours of streaming footage that I had to edit down and crisp up, and stinking... I had to take out, I had to stop and read chat a lot, so I had to cut out every time that I stopped to read chat, which I missed a couple things, but whatever. It is what it is. Even with, okay, some of these clips are like 12 times faster than the original, and it's still like up to 28 minutes or something. Just absolutely crazy. And I know this audio is going to be absolutely just trimmed down to heck. As audio should. Otherwise people will click away. They'll be like, who is this? Why am I watching a Hatsune Miku? Why am I watching a 30-minute Miku? And go the shirt. I really liked how her colors went together. I feel like they went together really well. Of course, I had a limited palette to choose from, which probably helped, but I tried to make it so that no like dark was touching dark and no light was touching too light and stuff like that. And I think it turned out pretty alright. Also, her teeth are just it's like the cute little girl teeth, you know? Cute little guy. Little gal. Little bunny teeth. She mid-dance move for real. That's why she kind of off balance. Also, like I mentioned, I screwed up the shirt. Because shirt material does not cling to your body that way. But did I listen? No, I didn't. And by the time someone mentioned it to me, it was too late. I was getting close to the end. I couldn't stop it. It was set in stone, written in stone. Oh yeah, here we're doing the blushies here. She looks very sunburned on screen, but in reality it was not that bad. You'll see it in like a full you'll see it in a full, like, I put the picture in the video so you can see it in its real form, and it's not that intense. Oh, here comes the hair rendering that I did not know how to do. Gosh, her hair looks like ice. Help. I mean, I couldn't stop it. I didn't know what to do. My stream... Oh, I love this part, though. Drawing her, scar. Making it look all red and irritated. Maybe it was fresh. I don't know. It was fresh or old or something. Certainly looks painful. Anyway, her hair. I'm still getting better at hair, and like, the stream had been shut down because of copyright, and I was like, wait, I thought you said it would be fine. So, but I didn't know you could stop the stream or stop the music and then turn the stream on again. So I had to start a whole new stream, and then there was that fiasco, and I was tired. I was done. It's like, no more. And I have to, because I gotta go all out in this hecker, I'm gonna have to shade, and I'm gonna have to add depth, and I probably shouldn't have, but here we are. Shading was a nightmare though, because it was I had to keep it on a certain brightness so I could see it, but then the chat couldn't see it. So they were like, hello, what's going on? We're just gonna talk about gerbils? I don't know, what were they talking about again? Someone brought up, like, men. They just said men in the chat. Very nice. Very good images. Here come to shading. I need to get better at shading, I know. I was in a rush and I wasn't thinking. I was done. Maybe I'll redo her. Probably should. I keep saying that. Shade the hair. I had bigger dreams for the hair, but yeah. This won't happening. I do love adding some like halftone stuff to the shading, and I added some halftone highlights as well. It gives it texture and kind of more of a stylistic look, so that my anatomy can be excused, etc. She looks like a skinny little gal. And I imagined her in a forest, right, like I said, playing for the people she just accidentally woke up and begging them, please don't throw me in jail. Look, I'll join your merry band. There we go. Added some fog, put some last minute highlights in there, do a blur. And here she is. Hatsune Miku as a bard in D&D. Hope you like it. And please don't forget, like, subscribe, all that. I know it is annoying when people say that, but hey, I'm told it works. So if you want to see more of this, I am so excited for the YouTubers in D&D series. I would love to see more of you guys along for that ride. So Cut into that subscribe button with any weapon you see fit, or just chew on it gently depending on how you like to attack things.